So I got while this full on and the bottle, watch. But then you need to take it and you need to make it bigger again.
In this video, I will reveal Dynamo's famous phone-in glass bottle trick. Here's a quick recap of what happened. Dynamo begins by asking the spectators if they have ever seen his Season 1 trick where he puts a phone inside a bottle. He then says that this time, in Season 2, he will show them how it is done. He borrows a spectator's iPhone and asks another volunteer to pour out the drink from the bottle so he can use it. In an instant, he appears to shrink the borrowed phone into a miniature version, then places it inside the now empty glass bottle and peels off the label so it is clearly visible. He tells the crowd he just needs to make it bigger again and does exactly that. Suddenly, the full-sized iPhone is sealed inside the glass bottle. He hands this impossible souvenir to the spectator, and her friend calls her phone to confirm. Now here is the thing. What we saw him perform in Season 2 is completely different from how Dynamo actually performs the trick live or in Season 1. The phase where he turns the borrowed phone into a mini version, puts it in a bottle, and makes it bigger again, does not exist in reality. To explain what I mean, it's important to understand the full context of the trick, which is why I first need to address the phone in a bottle trick from Season 1, that Dynamo referenced at the beginning. In that particular version, Dynamo borrows the spectator's empty bottle and then asks for his phone. He takes the volunteer's phone and tosses it straight into the glass bottle. A nearby bystander then calls the phone to confirm that it is in fact the volunteer's phone inside. The secret behind this version of the trick becomes pretty obvious if you pay attention to the apparent random spectator standing very close right behind Dynamo, who we will call Spectator B. Watch his hands very closely. At first you will notice he is holding nothing in his right hand. Once Dynamo borrows the empty bottle from the volunteer, who we'll call Spectator A, you'll notice a sudden and suspicious close-up shot. After this sudden change, Spectator B is now holding a glass bottle that looks very much like the one borrowed from Spectator A. Could it be that Spectator B switched out the borrowed glass bottle after taking it from Dynamo's left hand, which he had been suspiciously holding behind his back, with a glass bottle that already contained a cell phone? Well, that's exactly it. As soon as Dynamo borrowed the bottle, he lowered his hand and brought it behind his back. Spectator B, who was actually Dynamo's assistant, made the switch. He grabbed the borrowed bottle with his right hand and passed Dynamo the bottle that already contained the cell phone. This is exactly why we see the same glass bottle in Spectator B's hand later, simply because it is the same one. Spectator A's borrowed cell phone was simply tossed into the inside of Dynamo's left jacket flap. When you slow the footage down and watch it frame by frame, you can actually see it happen. The inside of his jacket contains a pocket, large enough for a tossed object to slip inside and remain hidden comfortably. But that would mean Spectator A's friends could not have called his phone because the phone inside the bottle was not actually his. The only way it could ring would be if someone in on the trick made the call. This is where dual reality comes in. The seemingly random spectators around Spectator A are not bystanders. They are part of the performance, working together to convince him and the